Guys, I'm going to do a small batch of banana peppers pickled. So if you want to see how I do that, come along with me. Hey guys, I got a few banana peppers that a friend gave me. So I'm just going to slice these up and I'm going to just try to pickle them. I'll probably just end up having maybe a pint or a little more that I can work with. So if you're interested in that, just stay with me. So all I'm going to do is cut the end off and then I'm just going to slice them in little rings. I'm leaving the seeds. These are, I don't think, are not supposed to be hot. They don't smell hot. So I'm just going to keep cutting them up like that until I get them all finished. And once we finish them all, I'll bring you back for the next step. I'm just slicing up some little red onion to add in with the peppers. Just thin slices. And I'll divide it up before I put it into the, kind of break them up. Like that. But I'll bring you back when I'm finished. Okay, first of all, my pan's not dirty. That's just that iridescent kind of glue on the bottom of the pan. First thing I'm going to put in is a cup of vinegar. I may have to add more. We'll see how much liquid we end up with. Cup of water, and I'm doing a cup of sugar. I got a fourth of a cup measurer. Let's get this heated and the sugar melted down. So while that is melting, I'm going to add in some seasoning. I'm going to do a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Teaspoon of celery seeds. Teaspoon of pickling mix. And some red pepper flakes. About a half a teaspoon. Because these are not hot, so I want to add a little bit of heat to it. And I'm going to let this come up to a boil. As soon as we're boiling, I'll bring you right back. Okay, we've got a slight boil, so I'm going to add in our peppers and onions. And I'm not going to add all them extra seeds. Just get the onion out. I think I'm going to add in another half a cup. No, I'm going to do a cup of each one. If I have extra liquid left, I'll just keep it. I'm only going to do a half a cup of the sugar. Let me get some more water. I'm going to let this come back up to a boil. And then we'll add it to our jars. So I'll bring you back. Alright, this has been boiling, so I'm going to start loading our peppers and onions in our jar. And kind of pack them in. Let me grab another jar. I don't think it's going to be quite enough for 2 pints. I'm going to try to do this half pint and a pint. I think I can get them all into those 2 jars. Let me grab a little metal. So you kind of get them up a little easier because they're starting to wander away. And the reason I'm packing them down, because even doing this, they're going to shrivel up as they process, and you'll have a lot more liquid in your jar than it looks like you do the peppers. But that's just part of doing stuff like this. Got a couple more peppers. A couple pieces of onions right here that fell. All right. Let me get a ladle. We're gonna I probably would have been good enough. You just never know, and I'd rather have, like I said, extra, and I can put the vinegar. I'll strain it and just put it in the refrigerator, and I'll use it when something else later. All right, let me debubble. This one definitely needs a little more liquid. Get them to about a 1/2 inch headspace. All right. Let's clean put my lids on. Put our rings on. Finger tight. Alright. Right now I'm going to pour the rest of this over a strainer into this quart jar and try not to make a terrible mess. It's going to be close. Okay. And we'll let that cool off. It's had that much left in it. And we'll let it cool, and then I'll just stick it in the refrigerator until there's something else I decide I want to pickle within the next week or so. Alright, I've just got my rack from my Instapot flipped upside down in the bottom. Our water's good and hot from the sink. And I'm going to put a little more in because I want it about an inch or two over top. So I'll bring you right back. Alright, we've got about 2 inches over top now. And I'm going to put them on my burner, turn it up to high. I got a loose piece of pepper floating or onion one that come off the side of the jar, I think. So we're going to get them and let it come up to a boil, and then I'll bring you back. We're boiling, so I'm going to let this go for 15 minutes. Alright, they're finished. It's been 15 minutes. We're going to take them out. Alright, here's the finished product. I had 1.5 pints. Sorry, I caught the cord. But can you see here how they have risen up? This one not as much, but this one you can see it. It'll settle down some once it cools off and seals. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just a little short, small batch canning of some peppers I was given, and I didn't want them to go to waste, so I can eat these as a snack. We can eat them on sandwiches, put them on a salad, anything you would like to do with them, really. But they're pickled, and I think I tasted of the brine. It tastes really good, so I'm excited to try these later on. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.